Our next guest will suggest that if you respect the earth and all the people, then good things will happen. And that is how REAP Calgary was born. Joining us now is Stephanie Jackman, the creator of REAP Calgary. How are you?
Great.
Good. So start with, what is REAP Calgary?
Sure. So REAP stands for Respect for the Earth and All People, as you just said, and it's a not-for-profit association for locally owned businesses that care about the community and the environment.
And so how did you come to start this?
I come from a marketing background, and I woke up one morning about 10 years ago and thought, I think I'm making big companies bigger and richer and not really contributing in a meaningful way to making our communities more vibrant, making our planet healthier, and creating a unique culture in the city. And so I left my corporate job and started thinking about really promoting and connecting businesses that really got it and that were concerned not just with making a profit, but also with creating a better world for everybody.
That must have been a tough switch for you. Was it hard to take that leap?
Yeah, it definitely was. I didn't know a lot about it then. I've certainly become more knowledgeable over the years, and it was a pretty big career shift for sure.
So what is it that you do? Do you go find local businesses, or do they come to you? What services are you providing for them?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. So certainly in the early days I was doing lots of seeking them out, but now our network is over 100 businesses. Collectively they represent about $4 billion in annual revenue and 7,500 Calgary area jobs. So it's a large enough network that our reach into the community is such that businesses are now increasingly finding me and wanting to connect with us.
And so one of the things that you are working on right now is the Be Local Awards.
Yes.
So we have on the iPad here, we have a look at how you can vote for your favorite local businesses. So you can just scroll through and see them all here. And so there's 6 pages of these. That's a lot of companies to vote for. What are the Be Local Awards?
So one of the things that REAP really does is it helps to connect Calgarians to local businesses that have really progressive practices so that we can all make a greater difference with our shopping purchases. And one of the ways that we do this is through the Be Local Awards. So each year, between the middle of July and the end of October, we invite Calgarians to vote for their favorite local businesses, and we blog about those businesses, a different one each day, to share their stories and let people know about the incredible things that they're doing in the community and with the environment. To make Calgary more vibrant.
And so what do they get from the Be Local Awards, and then also how long can people vote for?
So people can vote through next Friday, October 31st. And what the businesses get from that is the opportunity to share their story with the public. They get the opportunity to invite people to show their support, not just by buying products and services, but by voting, by sharing that content through their social networks. And then we have an awards gala at River Cafe later in November, where we actually present public favorites for micro, small, medium, large, and nonprofit businesses. And then we've got 3 leadership awards as well, which feature environmental stewardship. That one's presented by Bullfrog Power. We have one for local purchasing, which is presented by Thrive, and another for poverty prevention, which is presented by Vibrant Communities Calgary.
And one thing that you do really well with REAP Calgary is connect with your REAP businesses, is what you call them, right?
Yes.
On Twitter. So you guys are really engaging there. How does that affect what you're doing?
Well, social media, and Twitter particularly, have made it so much easier to share information and to engage people in conversation around what is going on out there. And our business community has lots of fantastic events, lots of great resources, and lots of expertise. And so being able to share that through Twitter and invite people into the conversation has been a really fun way to spread the word.
And you also really advocate buying local, correct? So 10% of your spending on local businesses creates tremendous economic impact. I believe I'm taking that right from your website.
Yeah, that's
there.
exactly
but
right.
With the power outage and some of those businesses losing money, how important is it right now for us to shift at least 10% of our spending?
Well, people tend to think that they have to buy everything locally or nothing locally, or they're not really making a difference. But actually research shows that if you shift just 10%, that it actually will result in about $150 million a year in retained revenue in the city, and can create as many as 1,500 jobs each year. So when people do prioritize shopping at local businesses. It obviously has great economic benefit, but then of course that money is recirculating with local nonprofits. People are hiring, they're purchasing from other local businesses, and they're reducing their environmental footprint as well. So when businesses are having hard times, like during the power outage or during the flood, it's really important to even more so be mindful to go and support those businesses, because they really support us and keep our communities vibrant.
And one of those local businesses was the Naco truck, which you sent me some pictures of. They're doing some really unique things in the community, so that's just an example of one of the businesses you represent.
Yes, that's right. So the Naco truck is a food truck, and they were concerned about their carbon footprint of driving the food truck around town. So in partnership with REAP, and now with the participation of a number of different REAP businesses in our network, we've started planting community orchards in lower income areas of the city to increase access to fresh fruit in those neighborhoods, beautify public spaces, and then of course reduce the carbon impact of those businesses. So we planted last year 4 community orchards in the Greater Forest Lawn area, and this year more businesses have come on board, like Leela Eco Spa has been really actively involved, and we're planting a much larger orchard in Bridgeland in the spring.
Awesome. So the REAP, the Be Local Awards go on until October 31st, right? So you can vote online at reapcalgary.com. Thanks so much, Stephanie, for coming by today. Now we're going to take a break, but here's what's happening first in and around Calgary. Celebrate Halloween at the Calgary Society of Organists, presented by the 1925 silent film version of The Phantom of the Opera, with live accompaniment by David Bakefield. October 31st at the Knox Church at 9 p.m. Tickets are available at rccocalgary.org or at the door.